boy. I got so much love in my heart for him that I really don't feel like me when he's not around. Yes, there are boys and there are boys, but he's a fine, fine boy. I want to tell the world about the boy I love, just the kind of guy I was dreaming of. He's so sincere when he holds me tight, when I'm moving.
Hi, Art Fein. Art Fein's Poker Party coming to you from Hollywood with a real special guest. Bill Stout, William Stout. Welcome to the show, Bill.
Good to see you again, Art.
Bill's an artist. Is that if you had a card? Do you have a card?
Artist.
Artist.
Yeah.
So.
The card, actually, my card says creator because
okay.
I also write.
Okay. Bill's all over the place. He's done so many interesting things. I didn't realize there were so many. There's too many to show you in a half hour. But I know you from the Rhino, which there's nothing here from that, right?
Yes, there is. There's one
Rhino.
piece.
Oh,
right
there's
there.
one piece. But you designed the Rhino.
The original
records,
Rhino for Rhino Records.
The Rhino itself, as well as the new Ramones cover for the box set.
Yeah. Well, the cover for the comic book that's in the box set.
I see. Okay.
Weird Tales of the Ramones.
This, I'm going to go to a big one here. Robbie the Robot there. This is the Beatles.
Yeah, that's the one that got me all the death threats and got Rhino death threats.
Because?
This is a cover for an album called Beatles Songs, which was songs not by the Beatles, but about the Beatles, like Ringo for President, We Love You Beatles. And I thought I would show a Beatlemania convention and have the whole spectrum of all the Beatles fans. And I thought it wouldn't be complete without including with the one fan who collected one of the Beatles, so I included Mark David Chapman on
that
the
was
cover.
a good idea.
So there's John's broken glasses.
Oh, good.
And John had a really dark sense of humor. It's something I think he would have gotten a kick out of. But we ended up getting death threats over it, and they tried to repackage it in a plain brown wrapper, and that didn't work. Boxes were being returned unopened.
Just like the Two Virgins album.
Yeah.
Hey.
But I heard later through the grapevine, I don't know if it's true, but that Yoko loved the cover.
What about bootlegs that you did in the early
Did those?
70s?
I started, the first one was 1973, did most of them 1974, 75.
Some of the titles I might know?
Oh, first one was Rolling Stones All Meet Music. I did a lot of Stones covers. I did Deep Purple, Eric Clapton, Grateful Dead covers, Neil Young covers.
Okay.
Who, a lot of Who.
But you didn't bring none of them with you.
Nope.
All right, so we're talking about music. Let's start this off because this is a music show after all. Oh, by the way, what's the first record you bought?
First record I bought was the second album by the Dave Clark Five.
And you're a Southern California guy?
Yep, grew up in the San Fernando Valley.
First album, then first show?
First show I ever saw was probably, first big show was the Dave Clark Five at the Melodyland Theater in Anaheim with
Melodyland, yeah, I forgot.
Sonny and Cher, the Larks, and Tommy Quickly.
Tommy Quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know that one at all.
Tommy Quickly, managed by Brian Epstein.
Oh, so it's one of those guys with those British names, like Billy Fury and all that
Tommy
stuff.
Quickly.
They were all supposedly had sexual overtones, all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then right now you're working on a trading card, among the million things you're working on, is a trading card thing a la, or similar to, or not based on, but parallel to the Crumb series of blues singers and stuff like that, because you like blues singers. And, and he did a bunch, and you are doing a bunch of others. Yeah,
what happened was that Crumb did that 3 box sets, Heroes of the Blues, Pioneers of Country Music, and early jazz greats. And Shout Records, during the Year of the Blues, which was last year, were reissuing a lot of great old blues recordings. And so they licensed the Crumb cards to use as CD covers. But there were some artists that Crumb didn't do. And he didn't want to do anymore. So they came to me, and I did Mississippi Fred McDowell and Ma Rainey. And I had so much fun doing that, I didn't want to stop. And so I started doing my own set of blues cards. They're all going to be in full color, like the Billy Boy Arnold.
Guest on this show.
Wow.
Thank you.
And I started out doing all the guys that Crumb didn't do. Fortunately for me, he liked all the early guys. I liked the later guys, like the Chicago guys and stuff. And for some reason, he didn't do Robert Johnson. So that was the very first one I did.
Wow, that's surprising.
I love doing Robert.
So where will we possibly see these cards as a set to be purchased at a store?
It's just started out as a fun project. Now I'm thinking about venues. I'm thinking about maybe contacting blues magazines, seeing about including a card per issue and like a shrink wrap.
Cool.
issuing them as a box set, also issuing them as a full book. And then I also decided to do, besides the 36, I decided to also do the 50 blues guys from the UK that I think are the best.
That's funny.
And then 50 more, or 36 more contemporary blues guys from America.
Wow.
Hence the Otis Taylor that you saw.
Yeah, I saw Otis Taylor and I was surprised. All right, there's so many different artworks that you worked on, and you mentioned in your bio that you worked with Kurtzman and Elder on Little Annie Fanny
for
Playboy in the early 70s, right?
Yep.
And
yeah, 1972.
And to rattle up, I can't even rattle this off, but you've worked for Disney and working on the art and engineering, the art.
Oh,
what?
Walt Disney Imagineering. Worked for them designing theme parks. I worked on attractions for all the theme parks, or all 4 of their properties.
And then your movie stuff?
I've done about, worked as a designer on 35 feature films.
And so some of them are...
the first ones I did were the Conan the Barbarian movies, First Blood. I became a production designer and did a cult class, what is now a cult classic called Return of the Living Dead. Was the production designer for Masters of the Universe. I worked on Men in Black, worked on Disney's Dinosaur. My latest film looks like it's going to be a nominee for Best Foreign Film Oscar. That's Pan's Labyrinth. I did that with director Guillermo del Toro.
Now you mentioned dinosaurs in there. That seems to be a kind of a fixation of yours.
Yeah.
I might as well get them out of the way now. You have monsters. You have a whole book of.
Oh, there it is.
You have a book of monsters. This is your book, right?
Oh yeah, that's about monsters.
But this has an ISBN number, so that means it's for sale.
Oh sure.
Okay.
On my website.
Well, we don't.
Okay.
We don't sell anything. Take it out of the take it out of the library.
Okay.
Bill Stout. I don't know how I'll find you, but William Stout can be found somewhere on the web, I'm sure. Let's take a little look at this, okay, Demetrius? Can we go forward? I'll flip some.
I appear as a guest.
You flip them because you're in the position there.
I appear as a.
No, you turn the pages.
Oh, okay.
I think. Well, not
text.
There. Text.
There we go. Okay. Flying monkeys. Wizards. Oh, there's Alien.
So this is stuff you've all done. You did this
Giant
for
Behemoth.
your own satisfaction, or and to sell. Or these appeared in magazines.
They appear in these books. The way it started was one of the most popular things that people buy from me when I appear at comic book or science fiction conventions is original pen drawings. People can't always afford to buy a big oil painting, but they can afford to buy a pen and ink drawing. And after a while I thought, wow, as soon as I sell this I'll never see it again. So I started making copies of them. Pretty soon I thought, well, I got enough copies to make a book. I wonder if anybody would be interested. So I did the first book, William Stout 50 Convention Sketches, Volume 1.
And that's this one here.
And there's
am I
volume 12. I'm up to volume 12 now.
Holy smokes, really?
And they become enormously popular, and actually they launched a whole subgenre of publishing. Now every comic book artist I know is putting out their own sketchbooks.
Let's take a look at I'm going to hold up some bigger things now over there.
This is the first movie I ever saw as a kid. It was King Kong.
King Kong.
My parents in 1953 took me to the Reseda Drive-In to see that they were reissued.
And so at what point did you decide to honor your first film and make that thing?
This was done last year. But I've done lots of King Kong drawings.
It's kind of bright back there. It's not done in velvet, is it?
No.
No, that's too bad. That's a medium that isn't used much. You might want to put that over by you so I can keep on rotating these. And monsters and dinosaurs are a big focus of you. Yeah,
my big project I'm working on now is 12 gigantic murals for the San Diego Natural History Museum depicting the prehistoric life of San Diego. This is one of the quarter-scale studies for that series. 8 have been finished and are up at the museum. I've got 4 to go.
Take it away, Bill. I'm going to do another one here. This is also something nice.
I just won a gold medal for that piece. That was done as the cover for Prehistoric Times.
Wow.
And this is an Antarctic dinosaur.
Really?
I've been down to Antarctica 3 times, and I go down.
I was going to stop you. You said down, but of course it is down, isn't it?
Yeah, South Pole.
Wow.
And I'm working on a book of 100 oil paintings that depict both the prehistoric and contemporary life of Antarctica.
I don't think we have to move this one because we'll just leave this here. This is
one of my Antarctic paintings. This is a macaroni penguin against a big boiler that they used to use to boil seals and penguins for their oil. But they're protected now, and so the boilers are rusting away on Macquarie Island. And this is a little macaroni penguin.
You're really half of a geologist. I mean, you're that, and I guess...
I was a science math major in high school.
Okay, thank you. We'll go back to the other one in a minute. The last one, the last big one. Maybe we won't.
Okay.
So, the dinosaur focus. I know you take it to other. Put this one by you if we can.
Okay.
I know you take it to really interesting, well, not extremes, but I guess applications. We don't want it falling. Lay it down. Nobody's going to walk on it.
Okay.
If that's possible. Yeek. Forget this thing right now. We're not talking about it. I know that you talked about the. Well, what is? Okay, they're showing this. So what is this Wizards thing here?
That was my first major movie poster. I worked on the advertising campaigns for over 120 motion pictures before I got into actually making movies themselves.
I see. Very cool. So when's
This
this from?
is also one of my best known images.
Really? When is it from?
It's 1977.
Wow.
This is the poster. I used the money from this to take a trip to the Galapagos.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it here. It's nice to look at while we're talking.
And then this.
You want to show something else? A book of dinosaurs?
This was what launched my career as what we call paleo artist. And this was a dinosaur book. The original edition came out in 1981. And it was the first book to gather all the new information about dinosaurs and put it together in one source.
I see. Tell me about, you talked about going to dinosaur convention, the big dinosaur convention in Arizona, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show.
Tucson Gem, and when is that usually held?
That's usually it's the first 2 weeks of February. It takes up the entire city of Tucson.
Of Tucson, not Tombstone.
Nope, Tucson.
The entire city of Tucson.
Every
which is a
single
large
hotel
city.
room becomes an exhibition room.
And what do you sell? You're selling your dinosaur
And
drawings?
I sell
paintings?
prehistoric drawings and art.
What about dinosaur bones?
They're for sale there, but not by me. You can buy entire skeletons, you can buy skulls, you can buy mammoth
Entire
tusks.
skeletons?
Yeah.
That would be kind of large, wouldn't it?
Yeah, very large.
And unlike cultural artifacts that are not sellable from one nation to another, dinosaur bones have no protection by a nation. Let's say, like, if you take out artifacts from Egypt, which are of mummies, that's not done. Where do these bones come from?
From all over the world. The Siberians bring entire mammoth skeletons. They bring woolly rhinos. The Chinese bring dinosaur eggs. You can buy an entire nest of eggs or single eggs. You can buy mammoth fur. I bought
mammoth fur.
I bought mammoth fur from the Siberians, and it's amazing, just amazing. And it's also there's 4 hotels that just sell fossil stuff. The rest of the hotels sell gems, minerals, and things like that. Do you know what a geode is?
Yeah.
It's a big rock filled with crystals.
Yeah.
Well, they have these giant ones from Brazil that are filled with amethyst. And a guy will have 400 of them on the back of a flatbed truck that he's selling. It's where every single rock shop in the nation comes to buy their stuff to resell back home.
The Tucson Gem and Mineral Show.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a whole dinosaur skeleton, but I mean,
Yeah.
so that they erect
So
it like in
they
a
sell
museum?
to private individuals, they sell to institutions, they sell to museums.
So I can assume that if Michael Jackson had another focus, we'd have a fully done dinosaur skeleton. He's the kind of guy who would be able to house such a thing.
And afford it.
Would have been able to. Wow, too much, too cool. So the dinosaur thing has helped in your movie and other stuff career too, right? Because it's a
I'm known as the dinosaur
self-feeding-
guy. Yeah, so if there's a dinosaur film, I usually get called.
Oh, very cool.
Like with Disney's Dinosaur.
Yeah. Disney's Dinosaur what?
The animated feature. I designed most of the characters for that film.
Oh, wow. Too cool. We didn't even talk about your music background. You've been in bands over the years as a
since
guitarist.
1964. And I started as a drummer. I was a drummer for about 10 or 12 years, and then switched to lead singer, harmonica player.
But we're not likely to have a record of any of these?
Yeah. There's a book on Beatles covers by a guy named Belmo that has got my cover version of Slow Down, which is actually a Beatles cover of a Larry Williams song.
Right, of course. Yeah.
And I'm backed up by a lot of the Heaters on that.
Well, the Heaters, well known to you, me, and
Yeah.
a couple hundred other people. The Heaters of the 70s, not the Glenn Fry. Was it something?
Did he have a band called the Heaters?
One of those Eagles guys had a Heat song.
Oh.
And that was part of it.
Yeah.
And so so when he used the Heaters, nobody complained because the Heaters that we know probably weren't talking to each other.
Yeah.
But what do I have here?
Oh, this is my latest comic book cover. The actor Thomas Jane, who played the Punisher, has started a comic book publishing company. And this is the cover to Alien Pig Farm #3, which is
Alien
Pig Farm, which is aliens versus hillbillies.
All right. Oh, was that showing up? It looks like it's glaring, doesn't it? It's a little better this way, I suppose. This is all white, so it's a problem. Let's see what else we got here from yeah. That's nice.
Oh, that's. I figured the front view would be too shocking for television. So this is the back view of the Tarman, which was one of the corpses I created for Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, I see. Night of the Living Dead was the first. Return of the Living Dead was the second or third.
Let's see. And this is a piece I'm doing for the Pan's Labyrinth DVD. That's Pan himself.
Fourth. So this is all. Some of this is unseen work.
Yep.
Yet to be.
This is my initial designs for Pan, for the motion picture Pan's Labyrinth.
And what I'm holding is actually ink. It's what you did. It's
Ink
not a
and
photocopy.
watercolor.
This is the artwork itself.
Yep.
Very cool. Very nice. Looks like that masonite for building your house.
Yeah, I use really heavyweight stuff.
And then we got.
And then this is the main set for Pan's Labyrinth.
When will this be released? The movie?
It came out about 2-3 weeks ago and went into
That would
wide
be it.
release
It came
last
out
week.
in early 2007.
Yeah, it came out actually December 27th or 29th.
So something like this. This is the.
So that could be for Oscar
This is a
consideration.
building upon which.
This is the building where
character-
most of the film takes place.
And so this is one scenario. This is the outside of the building. You have drawn the rest of it too.
Not this particular building, but when I was production designer for, say, Return of the Living Dead or Masters of the Universe, I did all the interiors of all the sets as well.
So was this monster thing? It didn't grow belatedly. I mean, you were watching horror movies in the 50s, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. My dad loved westerns and science fiction films. My mom loved musicals and horror films. So between the two of them, I got to see everything in those genres.
That's funny you say musicals because my dad took me to a double feature of War of the Worlds and Calamity Jane, and I liked them both.
Yeah.
And Calamity Jane because, frankly, she's like a guy in there. I mean, she's dancing, but she's kind of.
She's shooting too.
And she's shooting and she's smoking cigars and spitting. But now War of the Worlds, to me, and I'm not an expert on this stuff, but that's the best thing ever. That's to me the best science fiction thing. It's just wonderful, and I'm sure you have another opinion.
Which one?
The only one.
The only
first,
one, okay.
The one from 1953 or 4, whatever it was.
Yeah, Gene Barry.
What about you? What do you think?
Oh, well, for me, the best movie I've ever made was King Kong. First movie I ever saw, still my favorite movie of all time. I've seen it over 100 times.
Did you see, is there a program on right now that has claymation? I saw something recently where there was in a wrestling match, and it wasn't a commercial, it was like a full 5 minutes of something where it was stop motion photography, which has been kind of dead for a while. Since
If
the
so, it's
computers.
probably done by my friends, the Kyoto brothers.
Yeah.
They're sort of keeping that genre alive.
Sneaky Pete Kleino was working with that too a long time. I had him on my show 20 years. He just died.
Yeah.
But 20 years ago, he was working on claymation, which I imagine probably just felt. I mean, they're probably bringing it out for nostalgia or for some reason because it takes a little time.
Yeah.
Compared to.
Oh, and there's that guy that Tim Burton uses that still does that stuff. Nightmare Before Christmas.
So you're on various boards, and you were.
Oh, I have a
You didn't bring
a
your
life that spans, the high and the low ends of pop culture.
So your artwork has other. You seem to have a pretty good lock on this corner, as far as I can observe. But I mean, there's a lot of people doing your particular. You say you may be the dinosaur guy to go to. There may be others, but
We all know each other. There's about a dozen of us. We call ourselves the Dinosaur Art Mafia.
and what other back to music? What about? I mentioned the cover of the Rhino comic book for the Ramones, and I mentioned that Beatle cover,
And all those bootleg covers.
and the bootleg cover. But for Rhino, there's only been a couple. Those two, and then of course the dinosaur itself that they use for their.
I did a
the
lot
Rhino
of
they use for their Rhino logo.
Yeah, I did a lot of stuff for Rhino early on.
Yeah.
Like Punk Rock Christmas
Yeah.
cover, stuff like that. And then I did legitimate stuff, like I did album covers for the Firesign Theater, for the Beach Boys.
So what Firesign Theater cover was that?
In the Next World, You're on Your Own.
Yeah.
Lawyer's Hospital. Nick Danger, Third Eye. And also worked with them on their first film, Everything You Know Is Wrong. Designed props for that and was an extra in the party scene in that.
I have a credit in a film, Eating Raoul.
Yeah?
That was shot in my
Another
apart-
cult film.
That was
Cult
shot in my apartment. So you could say I was. At the end, it says Paul and Mary's apartment by Art Fein of Hollywood. So there you go.
That was a great time to be making movies, actually.
I wasn't making them. I was just supplying location. You did work. You sound like you're working so hard. Yet I know you were on the. I mean, you have been working so hard in the art world. Yet the Heaters we mentioned earlier before the primarily girl group that was on Areola and then Columbia in the late '70s.
Yeah.
But you were actually working. I mean, you were as a working musician then, right? Or was it just a part-time thing when you're?
It was just a fun thing.
Oh.
It was a fun. I remember the exact point in time where it's like, okay, you got to decide: is it going to be art or is it going to be music? And the decision for me was really clear. It had to be art. You know.
Well, what were you
Part of that was I'd seen too many incredible, spectacular musicians fall on hard times. I went to the Sunset Coinga newsstand over here in Hollywood, and there was Michael Finelli working at the newsstand. He had a top 10 hit with Go Back when he was with Krabby Appleton. Did 2 incredible albums backed up by Argent and Jeff Beck.
Electra, yeah, I remember.
Unbelievable talent. One of the greatest voices in rock and roll. Killer composer, good guitar player. He's working at the newsstand. I thought, man, if Finelli's having trouble, what chance would I have with I mean, comparatively much less talent, dramatically much less talent than Michael. And I thought, you know, the art gig, better stick with that.
Oh, I was trying to get you on the show for much of 2006, and you were always working on one thing. What was that?
Oh, that was probably the murals.
Yeah.
Still working on the murals.
Murals for?
San Diego Natural History Museum, depicting the prehistoric life of San Diego.
So
those are my biggest paintings I've ever done. The biggest one's 14 feet high by 34 feet long.
And how many of them are there?
There's 12. I've finished 8 of them so far.
Wow, it's really something.
It's big physical work. You know, you got to run across the room to look at them and then run back and paint some more. It's amazing.
Wow.
I paint them out in Chino because my studio is not big enough for paintings that big. So I paint them at a place that does hand-painted billboards.
Wow.
That way I can use all their equipment. They have lifts and things so I can go up and down and
Well, that's
paint.
right, 14 feet. You got to get up to the top.
Yeah,
don't
I
you?
can't just reach.
Well, how did Michelangelo do it, though?
Scaffolding.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm making
climb
a
up.
generous comparison here.
Yeah, that's a very generous comparison. Although I prefer his sculpture to his paintings.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you do any sculpture?
I'm very slow as a sculptor, so I try to avoid it. I'm
Well, if
very
you-
fast as
Well, if you're working with a hammer and chisel, that's perfect, then it'll take forever just to do one. I mean, I guess sculpting is different than clay, right? That's a whole different thing.
Oh yeah, well yeah. When I say I sculpted, I sculpted in clay, and then the special effects and makeup guys I know, they would cast it, make things.
It says here you were, when you were in the Antarctic,
Yeah.
you made several dives beneath the ice,
Yeah, I did scuba dives under the ice. I did.
and that's just because you
7
wanted to
dives.
do it.
I wanted to see what was down there, and it turns out it's incredibly rich with life down there. And my very second dive, I got trapped under the ice, under a 12-foot thick sheet of ice.
Because the hole closed up? Or you got lost?
What happened was I dove down. We have dive lines with flags on them so that we don't lose our way.
Right.
And one of the divers signaled that she was cold, she was going back up. So I thought, well, now would be a good time to go up. So after she went up, I went over, swam to the line and went up. And when I got to the top, instead of a hole, there was a crack just big enough for my fingers. And I thought, well, maybe I did something wrong. So I dove back down and I repeated the process. Now, same thing, crack. And I thought, oh man, I'm so happy there's still another diver down here. So I signaled to her the problem I was having, and she went. So I swam in the direction of her finger, and what it was, we were diving in what's called a seal crack. It's a big crack in the ice, and there's a current underneath. And the current had taken the rope from the wide part of the crack down to the narrow part of the crack.
Oh, I see.
I was really happy to find that hole.
Oh my God. Well, you're interested in that stuff. So if I'm interested in that stuff, I mean, are you somehow commissioned and permitted to do it, or does a person go to the South Pole and say, I want to go diving under the ice?
The first time I went down as a tourist on a cruise ship.
So you can...
Very comfortable. Yeah,
you can do it.
Most of the natural history museums and zoos offer trips to Antarctica, and organizations.
And the diving under the iceberg business.
No. That, my other trips to Antarctica, I got a grant from the National Science Foundation. The grant's called the Antarctic Artist and Writers Program Grant. And they select 1 or 2 artists, writers, and photographers each year to go down to Antarctica. And I got selected for in 92 and in 93. And it was on those trips that I asked for permission to scuba dive under the ice and was granted permission to do that.
So it's enriching the artists of America being enriched by government programs like that. That's what you were there to be bettered.
The aim of the program, was to better the public's knowledge about Antarctica. That's one of the ways you have to get the grant, is you have to show that if the U.S. taxpayer gives you a free trip to Antarctica, what do they get in return? And in my case, I'm working on a book on the history of life of Antarctica from prehistoric times to present day. I also have had exhibitions and do lectures about Antarctica to spread what we know about Antarctica to the public.
I see. So you got to pay for you got to put out.
Yeah.
All right. This is incredible. It's the end of the show. People who missed the beginning, how shall we summarize it?
We summarize it by saying I subscribe to the pinball school of career planning.
But lots of stuff. We've shown a lot of stuff. We've got one. Oh no, that's the same one. It's the Beetle cover.
I think we got everything.
But I mean, as the pop culture goes, you're known as the designer of the Rhino.
Yeah.
The little guy with the thing that they've used over the years. So, the mural for the San Diego whatchamacallit is, they said there's 14 of them. How many have you done?
There's 12, and I've completed 8, so I've got 4 to go.
So,
I'm actually playing hooky right now. I should be in Chino painting that mural.
And it took you how long to do the 8? A year?
About a year and a half.
So you got about another...
I figured another 4 months or so. It depends. The next one I'm doing is my second biggest one. It's the dinosaur mural, and it's 10 feet tall by 28 feet long.
28 feet long.
It's going to be it's pretty complex.
You're an artist, but you must buy the paint by the barrel.
Yeah.
Right? Not a gallon wouldn't be enough.
I use the paint at the billboard place, and they buy big tubs of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They lay out huge pallets for me. It's great.
It's wild. Well, Bill Stout, you're amazing. You got so many interesting things going on. Oh, you mentioned the art director for Bomp magazine.
Oh yeah, for Greg Shaw. Yeah,
that's cool. See you again.
Thanks. Okay, it's great.